Federal authorities reportedly arrested a Milwaukee County Circuit judge this morning for allegedly assisting an undocumented migrant. In a since-deleted tweet from FBI Director Kash Patel, he said this judge was arrested on charges of obstruction related to an immigration arrest. NBC News law enforcement and intelligence correspondent Tom Winter following these details for us. So, Tom, this is obviously late breaking. I know you were just running in here after checking court paperwork. What do we know about this arrest and this judge?
That's right. So Judge Hannah Dugan is the person who's been arrested here, facing 2 counts. The court paperwork was just unsealed: obstructing or impeding a proceeding before a department or agency of the United States and concealing an individual to prevent his discovery and arrest. And what they allege here in the course of the complaint that's been filed by the FBI agent who is running this investigation is that essentially this judge used the jury door. So that's the door that the jury comes in and out of the courtroom. It allows the jury to come in and out of the courtroom and be able to move through non-public areas, so that protects them. But it's also a way for other court staff to move through. And apparently, she was involved in this case, at least according to the information that the federal prosecutors and the FBI has alleged here in the course of their investigation. She moved this individual who's wanted by ICE, for which there was an active and a arrest warrant for, to be removed from the United States, moved him through the jury door, allowing him to effectively evade ICE agents. This individual was facing criminal charges, 3 misdemeanor counts related to physical assault. And so that's why they were in the courthouse in the first place. Obviously, this has caught a lot of attention here this morning, but this is a case that's still moving forward.
A couple more questions here, Tom, because I know obviously you're literally reading these unsealed documents for us, but do we know if there's any relationship between the judge and the suspect? What would have motivated her to do this? How unusual it is for her? And how would the arresting agents know that she used this door? Were there ICE agents there waiting, and then they realized, okay, this guy was somehow transported, we couldn't get to him? You know, I'm just wondering what triggered the actual arrest.
Awesome question. So with respect to the individual, Eduardo Flores Ruiz, there's no indication that we have from any of our reporting that the judge knew this individual. I do want to be specific on the charges. It's 3 misdemeanor counts. He's 31 years old, domestic abuse and infliction of physical pain or injury. This incident allegedly occurred on March 12th of this year. With respect to the question you just asked, which is how would the investigating agents that led to this arrest today know what happened? Well, they say, according to the court documents that have been filed, that multiple witnesses they spoke to described what the judge did, described even some of the conversations that the judge was having, even conversations the judge was having with counsel and that the judge was having with court security staff. Those are the allegations. It appears that on that date, they certainly became aware that this individual was able to get out of the courtroom and to avoid the arrest. Subsequently, they developed information as far as how that actually happened.
Do we know if the judge is being held in jail, or is this an arrest and a release until the arraignment?
So that's information we're still waiting to get to from the courts in Milwaukee. I would suspect, though, given the specific charges, what we've typically seen in the past is the judge would be allowed out either on their own recognizance or with limited bail.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.